Central Illinois, the winter time can seem like a bleak season with little color and not much to look at. But Teresa Ellis from Midwestcapades has a different perspective.
That's right. It's all in how you perceive it. And there is a lot more to see if you take the time to look a little closer. Teresa shares some winter photography tips with us that may change your perspective on how you see things this winter.
We're here in Busey Woods, which is maybe one of the most beautiful places in all of Champaign County.
Yeah.
You know, in Central Illinois, it's definitely a destination. If people haven't been here, they need to come check it out. But in the wintertime, you know, it's pretty stark. Like no trees on the leaves, no no trees on the leaves, no leaves on the trees. There's no flowers. You know, as a photographer,
what do you do?
What do you do?
Right.
So I would love to hear your tips for our viewers on if they want to go out and get some winter photography.
Yeah.
What kinds of things could they be looking for?
There are so many opportunities, and I think the first thing you have to do is sort of notice if you're coming to winter photography with some kind of preconceived notion of, oh, it's gonna be bad. There's nothing out there. You know, my process almost always starts with, I'm just gonna go for a hike, period. And then the photos happen. Here's the silver lining of shooting in the winter.
Okay.
So the trees do not have leaves on them, but that means there's a whole lot more light.
Interesting.
To play with. And especially right now, it's getting kind of close to the winter solstice. The sun is really low in the sky, no matter what time of day it is. So sometimes, so you're dealing less with like the super harsh noontime light. You've got some more flexibility. It kind of feels like late afternoon, no matter when it is.
Yeah.
It's a good time to play with black and white photography because there are lots of good lines and things that contrast with all that, you know, increased light coming into the woods. And then if you can ever catch a bit of snow, that's always very interesting. Like just along...
Like we've got little bits of melting snow and ice here.
So it's not just snow. I mean, one of the most intriguing things about it to me is that there are these little, you know, drips and drops that have fallen off the trees, and so the snow has all these holes in it no matter where you are. So I start to see patterns and things that are, you know, a little bit to one side or the other of just snow.
Well, yeah, I would have walked by this, or I would have thought that's not attractive. You know, it's old melting snow with holes in it, but you actually see something else.
I do. Speaking of attractive, looking good, not looking good, winter is a phenomenal time to really study what things look like when they are dormant or they're dead. In the winter, what used to be flowers now turn into these like delightful little poofs. And they stay that way all winter. Cattails are a lot of fun in the winter because they kind of maintain their shape, and then they're also really dried out so you can kind of play with them. And, you know, hardest part is getting out the door.
You actually have to make the trip.
Yep, you have to make the trip.
I love that. But that goes back to what you were saying, like pick a place, go to it, but go there for yourself. Go there not to take pictures necessarily, even though you're going to take pictures. Go there for yourself. Try to have a good experience. And then let the pictures come to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And look for something that catches your eye, that might be unique, that might look different.
Yep.
Am I learning the correct things here? Is this because I'm going to have to go on a photography hike now?
All right, so while we were out there with Teresa, I took a few photos on my iPhone. I did these quickly, but I was trying to apply Teresa's perspective. You know, I got to say, not as stunning as what she was coming up with, but I think they turned out okay.
I love that shot.
You know, she was talking about leaves. I just held it up to the sun, snapped it with my iPhone. That's just that's a dead flower that's kind of poofed out right there. This was some melted snow and ice that created some texture on the ground. You know, just trying to look for a different perspective. The bark on this tree, I went black and white because she talked about trying to do black and white photography in the wintertime, and the bark there really stood out to me. So, you know, I was trying to look through a different lens, and I gotta say, like, her tips work.
Well,
and,
yeah.
you know, that was very quick.
Practice makes perfect.
Practice makes perfect.
And she actually took some screenshots of the photos from your all's trip.
We sent her out, you know, you saw in the segment, like, we had some GoPro footage where she was actually taking photos, and we showed the actual photo that she was taking while she was out doing the segment, and those photos are going to be for sale on her website, so you can actually buy those prints if you like them. Yeah.
All right. Well, Midwestcapades can be found at CILiving.tv, as well as various markets across central Illinois, if you want to learn a little bit more about her prints and maybe making a purchase and supporting our local artists.
That's right.
All right. Cool story, Ryan. Thank you so much. Coming up